Hi, it's Becky. I'm an artist in Portland, Oregon, and I'm inviting you back into my studio for another sketchbook ritual. Come paint with me. Hi, all. Welcome back to my studio. I thought I'd give you a little glimpse right here into how I get started in these sketchbook rituals. I pulled a stone card, I lit a candle, and I'm setting up my palette to get started painting. And next, I'm pulling 3 tarot cards. So this deck is a mini deck. I travel with my tarot cards a lot. So it's the Klimt deck, and it's another newer deck to me. And I love that I'm looking at other artists and using this deck. So the 3 cards that I pulled, the first card I pulled was the 2 of Swords reversed. The second card was the 7 of Pentacles, and then the third card was the Tower reversed. And I thought I'd just give you kinda a idea of what I'm thinking about with in regards to these cards and kind of their meanings to me as I go through this sketchbook ritual, and as I paint. So this will be one part like me reflecting on the tarot cards and their meanings, and then also using this time to talk and just kind of a vlog and or talk about what I'm doing in the painting. So we'll see. This is my second one of these sketchbook rituals, and I am making it up as I go along. I just wanted to spend more time talking about this practice and what it means to me. It's really kind of like my life, like one part painting and then one part the ritual and making meaning of the painting. So, and also you can learn a little bit more about how I interpret the cards and each deck and use them in this sketchbook practice. So I've been doing this practice of pulling tarot cards and painting as a morning ritual for over a year now. I did it consistently for the last year, and I took time and kind of made it my own in this last year. And now it's just become this really grounding, essential part of my sketchbook practice. Also, in all of my videos, you might hear dog snores. So I always have my dog Maud is my studio dog, and she's at my feet and next to me all the time and snoring away. She's a French bulldog and little snore face. And so if you hear snoring, that's my dog Maud. Anyway, okay, so let's get to the meaning of these cards. So 2 of Swords reversed. This card, so I do read reversals. First of all, reversals. I don't think of them as negative necessarily. I used to when I first started practicing tarot and learning about tarot. I took a class at the community college that I worked at years and years ago. And I had a teacher who was like, I don't read tarot reversals at all. She steered away from them. She kind of made me actually scared of reversals. And then my thoughts on them have changed, on reversals have changed since then. I now think of them, again, not as negative, but as a different kind of, I interpret them kind of in a strengths based way. Like what's blocked or what's, just give it, it's just a different way of having insight. So, what do I need to get the energy to start moving again? What am I avoiding? What's like another way of looking at it? So, or oftentimes it's something that I know under the surface, and maybe I just need to dig up. And maybe there's mental noise kind of getting in the way, and I'm not able to see it fully. So, this card, 2 of Swords, is linked to the moon in Libra. So it's linked to emotions. And Libra is always about balance and weighing options. So the way I'm interpreting this card is reversed. It can look like moving away from other people's ideas of what we should do and more towards self trust. So, less people pleasing, allowing the emotional truth to really show up in this. So, that's the way I'm interpreting it. Just looking for honesty in my own self truth. And then the 7 of Pentacles, the themes around this card are usually around patience, and growth. What am I building that's aligning with my deeper values? This card is traditionally related or associated with Saturn and in Taurus. So this is earth energy. It's disciplined. It's about stability and values and resources. So the way I'm looking at it, that together is maybe not fast success or fast getting to the end goal, but rather slow and meaningful. Thinking about my priorities, thinking that uh, nothing comes maybe easily without some effort. So, what am I tending to over time? So, I'm not asking how fast I can get to something, but what am I tending to? And really, I think that's really related to my art practice, like tending to this art practice and showing up every day, showing up for these rituals. So yeah, what's worth tending to? And lastly, the Tower card, and it's the Tower reversed. And so, again, I've changed the way I look at not just reversals, but the way I look at the Tower card. When I first started learning tarot, the Tower card, similar to the Death card, were these scary cards when you first look at it. And this card, I mean, that card, it's pretty dramatic. And as the Tower cards tend to be like destruction and but I think now I've learned that the Tower card is really misunderstood in tarot by a lot of people. It's not reduced to disaster, but really it's really powerful. It's about revelation and revealing the truth and breakthroughs. And reversed, it's maybe more internal transformation rather than external and the chaos externally, but internally. So releasing fear around change, rebuilding, um, maybe like reevaluating what's going on in my life so that I'm preventing the lightning strike of the tower and the everything coming tumbling down. Um yeah, so activation, momentum, what needs to internally um recollaborate in my life. So grounded reflection, what no longer fits before it breaks. So yeah, so I think reading this spread together, I'm thinking about the Two of Swords reversed. I'm merging from uncertainty or emotional gridlock. I think I can see how that's showing up in my life. Seven of Pentacles, I'm evaluating where my energy truly belongs, where I'm putting my energy, and I am doing a lot of that lately, even just showing up on YouTube here and making this a practice. And then the Tower reverse, it feels like less like everything's falling apart, but really a conscious transformation in my life. So that's where I'm at with this reading. And the questions I'm thinking about for reflection are what's been harder to ignore lately? How am I investing my energy into habits and making meaning? And again, just these sketchbook rituals are like that. So yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about as I'm doing this spread. And you can see I've sped up this painting just a little bit, but you get to see these sketchbook, this working in my journal as it comes together and how I'm always thinking of these sketchbooks as kind of like my like my painting practice in general as dances going back and forth between light and dark and chaos and calm, usually more chaos, and more dark than the other, but trying to bring both into my practice. And it's about play and experimentation. And especially in my journal, I'm never trying for perfection, but really trying in this one, especially to have a lot going on, how far I can push it. I am I'm pushing it pretty far here. There's a lot going on, lots of texture, lots of line work. And here we are, the final reveal. That's so satisfying, that tape reveal. And here we go, my sketchbook ritual, second one. Thanks for listening to me ramble about tarot. I really love this practice.